Thank you. Have a good day. All right. Welcome back to a brand new video of the Targeted Individual Program, Targeted Experience. So as the bus pulled into the bus stop, as I unlocked my phone to again start the recording, I saw my calendar app was open. Right. This is them open up my calendar app to an event. It says 1 day before event, right? I'm gonna show you guys, I'm gonna take a screenshot. And as I said, I'm gonna show you guys in your political department using their sirens. Again, watch some of the things that they'll do. The hand signal, right? Number 32, 787832, right? So I am going to show you guys exactly when I talk about them hacking into my phone and launching apps and stuff like that, you're going to see exactly what I mean by that, okay? This is what they do, right? So 1 day before an event, what's going to happen tomorrow? That's what I want to know, right? What is going to happen tomorrow? And then also that, as I got off the bus, there were a few people staring into the post office, right? So again, you know, what mail am I supposed to receive a mail? I talk about my disability, how they're constantly trying to take my disability for continue to expose them. Like I told them, you know, if they can do that, then you know, ain't nothing I can do to stop them. All right, except for going back and refiling my claim. Yeah, he's standing there like he walking his dog. You know, he got his dog with him. Stalkers, tell you, they'll stand there. They will stand there and wait, and then when they see me, then they'll turn around and start walking the opposite direction. It's stalking. Again, it's the way how they mask their criminal stalking. Don't forget that. Us TIs always know that they are stalking us, right? They want to call it surveillance, what have you. It's still stalking, okay? It's still stalking. But you know, this is what they do. And the New York Predator Department and their predator officers, the criminals amongst them, which is the vast majority of them, you know, they're controlling these groups. Right? Those that work within the court system. When I talk about the scam within the society and what it is that they do. Right? The extortion. Right? How do these groups get money? How do they make money? Right? Is to engage in criminal activities, right? And there are many different ways and forms in which they engage in it. All you got to do is look at what these pedophile elitists do in order to keep the focus off of them. As I walk past her, she looked at the dude across the street that was stalking me. See, what they do is that they always, I talk about contingency for contingency. So when I expose one of their members, they will engage in these sort of psychological threats, right? These sort of psychological coercive threats in order to silence me. You know, but I don't even know the dude, right? I don't even know these people, but they're committing crimes against me. But they are committing crimes against me. Anyhow, what the heck is this? Wow. Somebody left cereal on there. Holy shit. Look, Lucky Charms and tricks. Wow. When I talk about their coercive ways and how they get people to do these things, knowing that I'm going to put them on camera, like I said, I am going to expose everything that they do. Right? So it is their way. Look. He stops right there. He turns towards the building, and then But anyway, this is their way of using people who I cannot identify on camera to engage in what? What would they do this? Why would they do this? Right? Because again, the fact that they've microchipped me and the fact that I'm exposing what it is that they've done. And so when I talk about these criminals and how they try to escape accountability, right, and what it is that they do to the victims, right, of the crime that they committed against them, because they know what they've done is a serious violation of our rights, of our rights to privacy, of our rights, of our sovereign rights, constitutional rights, not also that, but civil rights against, what they could do is considered to be a crime against humanity and a crime against international law, right? And they know this. They know this, right? So they have to engage in this sort of behavior, okay, if a victim of their crime comes forward and expose what it is that they do and how they try to get away with it, right? How they try to circumvent the law, how they try to abuse victims using the law while they're in position that they're in. It is what is called the conspiracy of rights. So imagine all the crimes that they do to us as TIs, and they don't want to be held accountable. When I talk about the Predator Police Department across the United States, whenever an officer of the department heads commit a crime against a public member or against the public, and they settle, they never admit to any form of accountability or responsibility. Go look it up. Every single settlement that they've made, the police department are not responsible and are not accountable. But how could they not be responsible? Right? So when I talk about the sickness of these of this society, of those within the people that created the law, the people who work within the law, right? The deep mental illness, the psychopathic, sociopathic, dark triad personality types is what they need within a system like this, right? So that way they can cover for each other's crimes, right? By accepting no accountability and no responsibility, but they want you and I to be held accountable, responsible for the things that they do to us. And then we turn around and we talk about, well, we got to hold each other accountable and responsible. That's true to an extent. But how can you hold another person accountable when the system is victimizing us as a people and us as individuals? But we don't see it that way. And that is how they condition us to not see it that way, right? To not look at the wealthy, the elites, as committing crimes against humanity, right? When they take jobs and they move it overseas because it's cheaper so they can increase their profit, right? While destroying the livelihood of millions of American workers, right? Millions of American workers. And then on top of that, creating this psychological program that says, well, if you don't have a job, then, you're no good as a person, as a man, as a woman. When they know that there isn't enough jobs to go around for everybody. So what happened to those tens of thousands of workers that gets unemployed or replaced by AI? They can't go to another company and use their skill, and they don't have the resources, the financial resources to create their own business. Very few do. This is why you have few people who own business in the United States or anywhere else around the world. Doesn't matter where you are, right? But it's to get you to believe in things that you don't understand, so you will accept what it is that they do to you. That you will, instead of putting the blame on where it should be put, you put the blame on the people that have no power, no ability, right, no resources, right, and who did not affect you and your life in the way that these corporations have. They didn't take away your jobs. Your job was given by the people who own the company, by the shareholders who want profit, who worship profit over people. This is what you need to understand. So yeah, they can do all this shit that they want. Like I said, I'm going to expose them for what it is that they do and how they're doing it. And they're not getting away with it. All right, talk to you guys in the next video.